All season long, the TD Garden has had fertile soil, and every single thing the Boston Celtics have planted at the TD Garden, it has grown and is growing crazy. My name is Sly Moore. I'm here with Teddy. You're welcome to the Putback Show for Game One of the NBA Finals review. Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. And my word, what an absolutely dominant performance that was. The Celtics winning that one 107 to 89. That's how dominant they were. I'm quite surprised they didn't even get to the 120 mark. But hey, a big win is a big win, and they did show us dominance. They asserted dominance from start to finish. I know Teddy's buzzing to go already, and I have to leave the mic for him, otherwise you already pushing and then start talking. So Teddy, impressive win from the Boston Celtics, but
Yeah.
what are some key areas that really impressed you most about this win?
I think for now, you see a lot of Boston fans overreacting because it's just game one. We need to relax. And you see, I think when you watch the Dallas presser, you realize they are more comfortable or they are more relaxed because they've always been in this situation.
I think almost every series they lose game
Every
one.
series they lose game one, so it's like we've been here this whole playoffs. We know what
It's
to do in the
nothing
next
new.
game. It's nothing new. So let's look at what game two can give to us. So I think that's the positive thing they are taking out of it, and they've actually won out of this kind of pressure. So we need to Celtics needs to play harder, even harder, and more, and make more adjustments in game two. Because I think they'll come with so much bang that if you are not ready for it, they are just going to blow you out and lead you. So that's one thing about the series. And with Mavs, if you are able to take away lob threats and then win switches, I think you can have a run for your money in a way, because that's like 90% of their game. Lob threats, they key in on mismatches, and then they score, especially Luka Doncic. That's what he does. Force the switch on a mismatch, and then he goes to work. Look at what he did to Rudy Gobert. That's what he does. They'll keep switching on you, keep switching on you. You cannot hide on defense, and that's what they did. I think the Celtics did an amazing job of
I think
winning.
the whole time we didn't even see one lob.
No,
We saw attempted lobs, but
attempted lobs
failed
but failed.
attempts. Yeah.
Attempted lobs, and then even the switches, when they forced the switch on Horford on so many occasions, he won it. He even got a block.
Even Sam Hauser did
Even
a
Sam
great
Hauser
job.
did a great. Even Peyton Pritchard did an amazing job. He held his own. Even though we sent help, Celtics sent help. So these are the two things. If you are able to do, you can
And
contain
that's
them.
what you were talking about, slowing down Luca.
Slowing down
Even
Luka.
though he scored 30 points, that is okay for Luca. 46% from the field goal. It's not bad, but we know he can be better. But if only you if you can get only Luca going and the rest not going, then it's a win for the Celtics.
So true, because right now basketball I've always been saying it takes 5 to 7 players to win a game, and in every team you have your instigators, you have your specialists, you have your offensive players who are more gifted than others, and when you take one of these players out of the team, your offensive rating drops totally. Back in the days, in the 90s, 2000s, it was a two-man. You just need two players to win two
Two
players,
offensively.
offensively gifted players, and then you add role players who can defend, and then you win a championship. But now it takes 5 players. And when you look at the Dallas team and the Celtics team, the Celtics have the most gifted team. They are more packed in every position, and I think you were talking about hiding Luka on defense, so you can highlight more on that, on how it happened this game.
Yeah, the thing was very clear because the Boston Celtics, when Kristaps Porzingis is on the floor, they'll play five out. Every single person will play five out, and this is where the word will come in: help. You cannot help with the Boston Celtics. You cannot afford to help. I saw instances where the Dallas Mavericks were trying to help, and I saw someone's tweet where you think this is really Gobert where you can help and then leave him in the corner. No. You have to guard every single person on the
Everyone.
court. We saw Drew Holiday wide open shots, even though he was missing some of them. We saw
White.
Derek White, even though I don't think he had a great game because if
true.
those guys knock down their shots, it's game
It's
over.
game over.
We saw that's why I'll give credit to the Boston Celtics energy, effort, offensive rebounding. Look, Tatum's numbers didn't scream,
But
but
rebounding.
his impact, defense, help defense. I saw great energy from him, rebounding. But of course, we have to speak about Lucas running mate.
True.
Kyrie
Kyrie.
Irving had a torrid time at the Garden. I don't think it was necessarily the
The
atmosphere.
atmosphere wasn't even serious.
Yes, I felt like Boston fans were even calming. We heard, of course, the Bulls, but we've seen worse in Boston, Massachusetts. But like Kyrie just didn't look himself
At all.
and this was where you also have to give credit to the Boston Celtics. Because immediately the ball got to Kyrie, pressure, give him close contact, really good pressure. Every single person did a great job on Kyrie. Kyrie just shot 30% from the field. That's horrible.
Very,
And the
very
Dallas Mavericks threes weren't falling
At all.
at all.
At
Like
all.
it was abysmal.
At all.
7 for 27. Oh come on, this cannot be in an NBA final.
And the Mavericks have a lot of questions to answer after game one, because now you need to solve Jalen Brown's drives, and then
And I was speaking about them in the preview because that I was keen in on Jalen Brown and can he be aggressive? And my word was
he was very, 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 very aggressive.
I think that he made some aggressive dunk. There were other dunk attempts. You could see every single time
putting pressure
on the rim, and it was causing them problems everywhere. And credit to Jalen Brown for that.
very. And you need to solve Tatum and communicate better and not put 3 players on the ball, because I think anytime he drives, you see 3 or 4 players. He just causes traffic, shrinks the defense, and then he kicks
The
it out.
first quarter we saw that
It
a
was
lot.
happening. So, and this is something you need to look at. And there is the White shooting threes. There's Drew Holiday being physical and getting under the rim, bullying your players. He was even bullying PJ Washington. At the point, I'm like, so who else can you guard? Because if Drew Holiday is giving you a run for your money, then there's no one
like,
else you
you're
can.
in trouble.
There's no one
You're in
else you
big,
can take.
big trouble.
And the bigger one, Porzingis. That's the shocker.
I think that was what won you guys the game actually.
That was the shocker, because not being around for a long
He hadn't
time.
played I think 30
30
games, 30 something
Almost 7
games.
weeks,
Yeah.
and then you come back and then you do this. I think this is what Rudy Gobert, this is what Karl Anthony Towns was supposed to do, and he didn't do.
Now this is exactly.
This is what he was supposed to do, and he didn't. Because and you see, one thing the Mavericks ran away with, because they just put PJ Washington on Karl Anthony Towns, and then they won the series. That was
This
it for
time,
them.
it won't
This
work.
time they put Derek Lively on him. It didn't work. I saw PJ Washington come, it didn't work. Derek Jones Jr. come, it didn't work.
Gafford at some point.
I saw
Even hell,
Green.
Luka had one good defensive
Yes.
possession on him, but that was it.
Yeah, I think he
Porzingis
stole the ball.
definitely abused those mismatches.
and everyone was a mismatch. Everyone. So if everyone is a mismatch, then the question is, who is going to guard him? Who is going to guard him? So this is one of the bigger questions they need to answer.
Kristaps was just a big headache coming back from injury, like you said. I didn't expect him to be this explosive, but we'll have to question Karl Anthony Towns about him calling himself the best shooting big.
Very, very questionable.
Because
Very, very,
when we
very
needed you to
questionable.
be the best shooting big, you disappeared. This is what one of the best shooting bigs does. We said that Kristaps isn't someone who likes to get to the rim, but when he gets the mismatches, my goodness, in the mid range from 3, and another underrated part of his game was his defense.
The size.
I think after the first quarter, he had like 3 blocks.
Yeah.
That was in very, very.
I think
imposing.
you tweeted this is what Wemby will look like, and even greater when he went in his peak. So let's get ready.
Yeah, like you could see clearly that the guy was ready. He was firing to go, and maybe you think because this is his first ever NBA final, the pressure will get to him.
Yeah, true.
But I think the atmosphere was welcoming for him. I saw him when he was walking onto the court for the warm ups. The fans were cheering for him and everything. So it just gave him a more calming presence. But let's look ahead into game 2 and what the Mavericks will seek to do better. What I feel like they'll seek to do better is now they'll learn that you cannot help against the Boston Celtics. Everything has to go one-on-one. And honestly, I did like Luka on some defensive possessions.
Oh, yeah,
I think he did
he
extremely
really-
well.
he was really sliding his feet.
It's Kyrie Irving for me. Kyrie Irving took 19 field goal attempts. Just made 6 of them. That is not like him. I knew he was struggling in the first half, but second half Kyrie is what we are used to now in the playoffs. So we'll see a more aggressive Kyrie. We'll see, and I was also particular about how they'll insert Maxi Kleber into the lineup. At some point, Maxi Kleber was still in the lineup with Derek Lively. So Mark Kleber playing the 4, Derek Lively playing the 5.
five.
It didn't really work out. So Derek Lively went to foul trouble. They switched Maxi Kleber to the 5, and it was okay. Now, final thing before I leave the rest to you. The Boston Celtics. We've always spoken about, are they battle tested? Are they ready? Where I was most impressed with them, the start of the third quarter, when the Dallas Mavericks went to their run, cut the lead down to eight.
That was when the game actually started.
Exactly, like you could now feel that there was some small panicking, not with the players, with the atmosphere, the
True.
fans. But they panned the camera to Tatum's face, they panned the camera to do Holiday's face to
Everyone was
Dylan,
so
everyone
calm.
was so calm. Like it felt like, okay, you've had your run, because basketball is a game of runs. And my word, did they respond? Because when they called that timeout, immediately Joe Mazzulla called that timeout, he brought Porzingis back. Because when they were going on that 8 run, I think it was Horford in the lineup. When Porzingis came back, they went straight back to the mismatch. Just do what is working. I don't know if it's Pep Guardiola that is rubbing things off for film, but it was just amazing to see Mazzulla go to it.
I think in game two, the Mavericks should limit more of their ISO games because you cannot win more. You cannot win out of ISOs against Celtics because they are
The
the
thing
better
is, Luca
defensive team.
ISO, they cannot stop it. Like Luca ISO, it will still happen. I just feel like that is their best go-to move.
And he needs to get his teammates going because one assist in the whole game is.
No, this is why I also disagree with you a bit. He tried to get his teammates going. He tried
I
to
think
get his
they got
teammates going.
open look shots and then they
The
missed
thing
them.
is, exactly. PJ Washington tried three threes. He didn't make a single one of them. Jaden Harden, I think that was in garbage time. Kyrie Irving, 0 for 5 from 3. Derek Jones Jr. just made one
made
three, I
one.
think, early, very, very early on. Luka took 12 threes. That is usually the volume of threes that he takes, and he actually made 4 of them. That's how they play. That's how the Dallas Mavericks are built to play. I just think if they get Kyrie Irving, like the engine revving, they could still give the Boston Celtics a run for their money. Even though I feel like the Boston Celtics will win game 2, but if the Mavericks have got character, that is what they'll show us in game 2. Any final words before we end this one?
I think against Minnesota, if I can recall, if I recall, they were running more drag screens, double drag screens, 77s, and they should go back to it because it worked against Minnesota. If it works against Minnesota, it doesn't hurt to try it maybe on 2 possessions in against Celtics. So just try what they did in game against Minnesota. But this is a well groomed Celtics team. It is a team that has been battle tested, even though analysts and pundits were saying they were not finals ready. This team has been set up since 2017, coming down to now. Everything has been leading down to today, and we are ready. Celtics is ready. It's ever ready. So I feel like the Mavs should just put up a fight, try to get 1 game out of Boston and settle down in their home. Because if they lose 2 games in Boston, because they've been the better team on the road, at home they are not the best team. So if you don't get 1 at Boston and then you go home, I don't think there's anything else
there will be fire on the mountain for Texas Dallas, as the Dallas are now 0-1 in the NBA Finals. That's how things panned out. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. What's your prediction for game 2? Who do you think is winning this one? The Boston Celtics have home court advantage, leading 1-0 in the NBA Finals. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this review. More of these will be coming, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a like on these videos and check us out across all social media platforms at The Postback Show. And I'm telling you, you wouldn't regret it. For myself, Sly, and Teddy, it's bye for now. We'll catch you some other time.